Welcome back to Saga of Three Kings. This is, oh my god, come on now. This is session number
Take two. Let's
98.
go. Keep rolling.
No, it's more interesting than that.
Okay.
It's hilarious. There we go. Session number 98, entitled Wraithward. Last session, the group talked to the dragon Orbicus, learned that she is kind of up for what they're going for, stopping down Nefondus eternally. She gave them a scroll, which will summon her and her other dragon compatriots to them when they assail Wraithward in Bellum. And she's also given them access past Demise, the guardian of the corpse of Aluron, the gold dragon, and which has allowed them access to his body. The remains therein were bones. They saw that there was a coin left there for some strange reason. They don't know for certain why. But they've got the bones. They've got the weird gold coin. And I believe they were teleporting somewhere else after that. Before you do, though, there was a request that was made of you, just to make sure you're aware. Demise asked you that once you were done with what you were taking, to let him know so he could dispatch the rest. Honestly, you don't need all of the bones. And you know that the more bones you take, the more possible that it constitutes a actual body worth taking. So, what would you like to take? There's the obvious normal bits that you'd see in a skeleton.
Yeah, I thought we were just going to go ahead and make the broth here, bottle
Oh.
it, and take it with us.
That's super smart too.
I'd like to make a chef's tools check, please.
Okay.
Oh, you have.
You actually have
No,
them?
no.
Oh.
Oh, that'd have been so cool.
You tease.
So you have three options here, Grok, if you're the one who's wanting to make it. If you're trained in Arcana, you can add your proficiency bonus.
Ooh.
If you do that, you need to add, it needs to be an intelligence check, so you'll just make an Arcana check. If you're proficient with nature or with animal handling, you can make a wisdom check and add your proficiency bonus. And if you're
Intimidation.
So I'm proficient with Arcana, not nature or animal handling.
Okay, and if you're proficient with religion, you can make a wisdom check as well with proficiency. Depending on which option you choose determines like kind of the ultimate end of what.
We're gonna go Arcana.
Can we give him aid and stuff?
If you are proficient in whatever he's utilizing, you can. There can be one helper. Yeah.
So certainly Benson can help.
Guidance is not a spell that'll work because the skill will be for a long durational. It's past the.
But can he provide advantage with the help?
Yeah.
I will help.
Okay. Cooking is so fun.
Horrible.
Cooking is so fun. Now it's time
I
to bake
can
a
help.
cake and see what. So ultimately, the bone matter, the materia inside, is rough to get. You find that it's most easily accessible in kind of like the spine, as you can just kind of break and pour in the smaller aspects of the spine and the tail. But in the bone process, like the dragon bone is actually quite durable, as you've learned from past experiences.
And that Baron guy.
Yep. As you're
Let's
trying,
take off and try to find him again.
as you're trying to pierce it, it proves very difficult in the larger bones. Actually, impossible with what you just rolled. So the smaller bones are pretty much all you're able to kind of that and the spine kind of sections are all you're able kind of to get. And ultimately, this leads to a broth that smells very. Best kind of description I can kind of give it is it smells kind of bodily. It smells like just it has a certain kind of odor to it that is not pleasant. And once the broth is kind of prepared, Brock, this is the best you can muster with what you've been able to kind of glean from it. But it has a it's an almost medical kind of like, it's not blood, it doesn't smell like coppery or anything. It just has a certain kind of
Am I able to use my knowledge of nature to add some sort of herbs to it that might sort of take the edge off?
So yeah, that's what that Arcana check was for. The smell is overpowering, and everything you're kind of chucking into it really isn't helping. More or less, it's just kind of like creating a more. I'm just going to come out and say it. It smells like cum. It smells like cum. Like it just smells really bad. Like it smells gross. It has a bodily kind of like flavor to it from what you've been able to taste. And no matter how much you put into it, it continues to taste like that.
Grok, you see Grok sweating as he's doing the broth. He's like, I got this, guys. I got this. He's like,
I'm going to accidentally trip and knock that over and force him to start over.
With the material he was able to get with that Arcana check, this is it. This is all you can make.
You'll be fine.
No, guys, I've heard the urban legend. If we eat a bunch of celery first, it'll taste great.
Throw in a pineapple.
Regardless, if you do...
No, you do it exactly backwards. You're eating the celery and then...
if you do eat the broth and pour lots of salt into it, it's not the worst thing that you've ever had. It has kind of like a gruel-like taste to it. It just smells really gross.
I mean, it's an old dragon. He's been dead a long time. What do you expect?
You did your best.
Could I like pass it off as this is actually better than expected?
Chowda.
You could do that. Since you're dealing with player characters, there's no need for any rolls or anything. You can also blame it on Benson. Benson was helping, you know.
I would never blame it on Benson.
Okay. Benson can blame it on Grog.
Goddamn sous chef.
Benson enjoys it very much. He likes it, actually. He's like, oh, man.
Do like a Gordon Ramsay. Do like an Iron Chef thing.
It definitely, like, for a halfling, it definitely has kind of like a nostalgia. It has, like, it tastes very much...
Mama's cooking.
Nostalgic for it.
First off, it
Just like
doesn't...
Daddy used to make.
Oh, this brings me back.
It doesn't taste like it smells. It definitely has more kind of like
It never does.
Okay,
A
well,
little real.
anyways, it's yeah.
We do what we need to do, and let's move on.
Okay. Yeah, it just has a okay, moving on. So you've consumed it for the next 24 hours.
We
I
bottled.
thought we were going to
Bottling
We
it.
bottled.
because we don't know when we're entering.
Oh, that's
Right.
true. Yeah, that's true.
Okay. Quick note,
Putting off the inevitable.
Grok. Go ahead and make a intelligence check. Benson, you can also make an intelligence check. Raya, you can also make an intelligence check.
So we're getting left out here.
Oh, thank goodness. You
Ruffalo's
saved
smarter
me.
than me.
Saved me.
Benson,
Shelf life thing.
I'm real
Benson,
smart.
yeah, shelf life wise, this thing can probably sustain in the bottling for probably the better part of 6 days. And after that, it will be rancid, and its magical effects may not be present. And also, each day will lower the potency. It's a really weird word to use with what we've described thus far. But
You described.
But you went there anyway.
You started.
we described it. It was us as a...
Did we?
It's our story. We're working through our
Also,
story.
he wouldn't be a sous chef. He'd be a saucier.
Sorry.
Throwing it out.
Thank you for that. Yes, that's right.
Benson's like, get my fucking titles right. That's why you fucked this up. Rock's like, oh god. I'm so sorry. Anyways, 6 days at most, and its potency will diminish. You're not sure to what degree, but basically when you decide to eat it, another check like this will be asked for, and you'll basically be able to determine like how much time is being shaved off of your get it and go.
Can we revivify soup? Or not revivify, what's the other one?
Unfortunately, no. You're thinking about gentle repose soup.
Yeah.
Actually,
I mean, it's part of him.
I'm gonna Google.
It's his bone marrow.
Can you gentle repose?
Sure, it's been
I'm gonna-
chemically altered.
I'm gonna freaking resurrect him.
Gentle
Somebody get-
repose.
That's what we get for a one on the cooking. You accidentally bring the dragon back.
Yep.
It jumps out of the pot.
Huh.
Little tiny dragon.
That's interesting. I would say that if you wanted to, Gentle Repose could be used each day on it, and it's a ritual spell, so if someone has it, they can cast it with the durational. I would say that at best, it will double that shelf life. It will not guaranteed extend it entirely. Because mainly Genital Repose's purpose is...
but it'll reduce the
potency.
Yeah, it's
half-life.
It's
reduction.
It's protecting it from decay. It's not protecting it from expiration. So, yeah.
All right, then. So a couple bottles of Gentle Repose soup. We'll bag those up.
Because the magic still kind of will run out. Okay.
Any other things of interest going on? Is this just a hole in the ground where this skeleton's been for however long?
Yeah, it looked like there was a lot of stuff that might have been here in the past, but it's been removed. And
The horde's been cleared.
Your base assumption is that since 4 dragons killed it, they probably split the
That makes sense.
split the difference there.
Just to confirm, also, it's been past 7 days, so my horn should be active again, right?
Your what? Yeah, your horn is
It's
active.
horn for all the barbarians, in case you need.
Correct.
I got 2 lions.
Call the crew.
Oh,
I'm gonna the shit out of John for this fight.
Perfect way it goes. I roll the highest I can possibly
He's
roll.
just gonna nuke them all.
We're
fully
gonna crash his
expect,
PC.
I fully expect every single thing that I'm pretty sure can come out at me. If you surprise me, then great. I love surprises in that
Here's the
I
plan.
don't love them.
We all get the legendary resistances out of the way. Then we roll the Wand of Wonder and get the perfect thing to disintegrate a soul.
Make it bigger 4 times. Got it.
Pretty much.
I don't know how you roll that 50 mark so often.
Based on Grok's sighting, because Grok's the only one who's seen the dragon, it is larger than Gargantuan. So it is outside
Easy
of the
to hit.
normal. Yeah, probably easy to hit.
So, Shadow of the Colossus is basically what we're doing here.
But it's a ghost.
I mean, it's a shadow dragon, so yeah.
Nice.
Let's hope it doesn't roar at us.
Fair.
I think it
I ain't scared of no breath weapon.
What's
I was making an anime reference.
inspiration? That's worth it. Yeah. Where are we
Somebody
going?
take it. I already got it.
Inspiration on the table. Who needs it? Pick it up. Who we going?
I mean, I'll take it. Those
grab
jumping
it.
at the bit. Okay.
Literally anybody grab it.
Not who. I'm sorry. Where are we going? What are we doing now?
Oh, we got to start the warnings.
Okay. When you tell Demise, he'll kind of go in and you'll see him kind of start
Eat the
collecting
dragon.
and gathering the bits, and the horse starts devouring the bits.
Like an apple.
You watch as he kind
Pile of white carrots.
of breaks through the bone with teeth easily enough and just starts
Should have asked
gobbling
for
up
his help making soup.
the bits.
How does he feel about fighting dragons?
Oh, he says he's not. I mean, if you're asking him a question directly, he's very focused on cleaning up. And then if you ask him the question, he kind of looks over at you and says, "My job in this plane is completed."
Does that include the horse? Because he is immune as fuck right now.
Horse kind of looks over at you and says, "My task here is also completed."
I bow respectfully to the horse.
Dude, that
I
horse is tripping
understand.
balls. That horse ate way too much dragon bone.
Vincent, that horse is way cooler than yours.
It learned English. Where is your damn horse?
Yeah, whistle so we can teleport out of here and it can be lost somewhere else again.
I like my horse.
He has added nothing but comic relief to the story.
Alright, fuck, what are they called?
Bellum?
Oh, I can't think of his name now either. No, out in Fort Phalanx. They've already been hired by Ashney.
The Honor-Bound.
Yeah,
Gondar.
that's the
And-
one.
3 or 4 other guys, at least.
We're gonna kill Gondar?
They have been hired by
Finally.
Ashney, correct?
Sorry, people were talking over you. What did you say, Jeremy?
They got hired by Ashney.
Yeah, that's correct. There are other military forces as well. You know that a number of the houses have sided
Is the Red Ball crew in there, or are they somewhere else?
somewhere else.
Okay.
No thieves.
So we have Dark Flame, possible goblins, and I forgot Orbicus's crew that we can kind of lean on from the north.
Yep.
It'll take a lot of time for them to get to Bellum.
Probably more than 6 days for some of them, yeah.
Dark Flame has access to teleportation.
Do they?
Limited.
Yeah, they had a circle. They had a circle.
Oh,
in the camp.
okay. They do have a circle there.
Limited, but yeah.
Well, what are you thinking? What are they?
Well, we're going to need numbers to at least escort refugees out. We got to clear the city.
Who is still loyal to Alessia?
That would
The
be
Vesper side.
The Vester side.
Yes.
Oh, just Vester. Yeah, that's it.
Was there not some?
The working guilds are a fan of her because she works for the people.
There was some very martial-looking woman on the grounds with her the first time I went to visit her.
That was your.
That was not Sophia.
Oh.
She was like a guardsman or something.
Yeah, she was having conversations with. This was the very first time that you went to go see her, right?
Yes.
Yeah, this was conversations she was having with the sister of Manigault, and Manigault runs the House Manigault runs the town guard in Bellum. Manigault.
And they're not interested in being Vester side.
They're already under Acme's control.
Yeah, they are actually holding Wraithward along with.
I think they're the primary force.
Yep. The Black Welder family is basically not messing with any of this, from what you recall, and Liptop has left the city. That was the halflings. They said, "Fuck all this." If you kind of do some communication work, Benson could glean that Liptop has moved back.
Good for him.
Her, but yeah.
Good for her.
She said, "This family is staying alive. We're going to move our resources ASAP."
Getting a city evacuated prior to, activating 3 Dragon Bomb seems like a priority.
I think I can handle most of that, especially for the south side. I think we should visit Blue Gate.
On the inside of the city, we have Vester with limited influence. We have your Mardigans, if they're willing to assist.
Yeah, they are.
You've got Chody's side piece, whose name escapes me. The lesser noble lady.
I thought she moved to the school.
She's at the school.
Yeah, she doesn't have much sway here anyway. The only thing that really remains is her estate, and it's
That's our entry point because of the teleportation circle in it.
Yep. Couple servants.
What were you saying about Blue Gate?
We should probably go back and talk to them. There's a bit of sway there, and they also had like their own tower of magic items. We might be able to find something useful there, and they can prepare to take in refugees if need be.
You'll remember that their reliquary wasn't conglomerate based; it was faith based, so they're probably not going to lend those out.
You never know. There's some pretty weird shit going on, and also all the priests are dead.
Sir,
And Crow.
Certainly,
Crow could.
Certainly something you could try.
And I'm on pretty good terms, I think, with the guy.
You are on decent terms with that guy.
I did him a personal favor in finding Eric with a K.
True.
I'm all for exploring possibilities if we got them. Just know we're on a timetable. I don't want to spend more than a day here.
No, yeah, we got our teleportation stuff. We'll probably have to long rest somewhere and then do this. We've also got the
I
weirds.
mean, we've
wherever...
been going for days, so we should be pretty rested up, I would think.
No, you're going to spend some teleportations getting us around.
Yeah,
We
that's
gotta
not. Yeah.
And sending, because we're going to have to call in some people. Anywhere we can. And if we want the orcs to be able to, or the Dark Flame, to be able to teleport in, you're going to have to share a circle with them. Which means you have to go to Dark Flame and give them that goal.
Creating a circle takes a long time.
No, you have a
Except
circle.
You have
a circle in
you have the-
Bellum.
Okay,
the
so
copies
it's
in your
more
book.
calling out. I'm just opening it up so they can hop in there and go.
Well, you're
Got it.
No, you
letting
give
them
them a
know
copy
the
of it.
circle. Yeah.
So that they can teleport
They
themselves.
need to know the
Bellum.
circle to be able to cast teleportation circle to you.
So
Okay.
you show them your doodle and they make a copy of it.
It's going to be your first instance of actually teaching someone something.
Okay.
No.
And it'll be the Dark Flame.
Very cool.
They're good guys.
They're great.
Show us why you opened that school, Jody.
She's
Cultists
back
at the
there
Bronze
right
Shrine?
now.
Would they be worthy?
What's that? Sorry, Terry. Was laughing at-
Cultists inside the Bronze Shrine?
Oh, they hate you guys. They don't give a fuck.
We saved them.
Yeah, no, they literally said, yeah, bye.
Okay, we'll burn that down later then.
They're swinging swords.
It's very conductive.
Yeah, because remember, to them, you were the ones who were like, yeah, your dragon should treat with the green
No,
dragon.
No, they left.
we sent
put a
those
different
guys
group
somewhere
of
else.
cultists
We put
in
the
there.
dragon cultists. We got the blue mask from there.
Oh, that's right. They are pretty chill, but they are not very militant. They're not going to be very good in a battle. They're more.
Even shields are helpful.
There wouldn't even really be that. Like,
It's fine. We're going to call in all the favors, so put them on alert at the very least, and they can protect people on the road while they run.
a crossbow bolt's going to go right through one of them and kill you guys. Literally.
We could just have them on support class. Get the Dark
Not-
Fang.
not-
Sorry. What are Orbicus's
the Black Tongue.
Black Tongues.
Now, cultists from Bronze Shrine can go to the Wayside Inn and kind of help refugees pass through if
Yeah.
they come that way.
I
I'm not
don't
saying
really
bring
care.
everybody into town, but get everybody on alert that owes us something.
Fair. Yeah, the cultists, I mean, are willing to help, but they literally are.
If they're not
no
fighters, then just be on the road and help people through.
right? A couple of them might have sending, so if you want to kind of like do communicational like processes, there's
Channel.
that, but like really they don't know anybody either, so
Correct.
They don't know where to go.
it's like having a brand new phone and like no contacts, except your old phone didn't have contacts either.
New brain, who dis? Who else has people to call?
The people I know to call her in the party with me, so.
Yeah, you're right. And one Phoenix, but we don't
He's
know where
got
that
two
is.
Yeah,
parents.
one Phoenix.
Can't forget about them.
Well,
We do have two parents.
we can work through the Blue Gate bit pretty easily. I think I have the resolution in my mind as to how that'll kind of go. You're wanting to talk to the Curios and ask the Curios if they have any aid or support that they can grant you, right?
Yeah, private meeting, let him know what's going on and kind of
Okay.
make sure he's not an Ashenay supporter.
In that
Oh.
meeting, he would say, of course, we have no loyalties to any of the council members of Bellum. It's not something we concern ourselves with. We are still recovering from our conflict with the Dragon Cult, so military support
Okay.
is not exactly something I'm willing to grant you at this time. I do see that you are traveling with the Inquisition. Looks to White Crow and nods. White Crow nods back to him. I can grant you some assistance from our reliquary, our holy site. I will allow for White Crow to enter in and choose one relic of his desires to bring out with him.
I'll clap him on the back and tell him good job.
A man of the faith would never lean on his desires. going to find a true calling in there.
So here's how that's going to go. If the planning session takes the entirety of this session, I will put a list before Steve so that he can choose one. If we get right into it today somehow, then I will choose for him, and I will choose the one that I think works best for the party.
Ooh.
Okay. That's all Bluegate really has on offer. But you do realize that in Bluegate, there has been some reports that issues up in the town of Barod, specifically around the Shivan Pass, have caused some trade out to the Westerlands to kind of fall silent. From what you're able to glean from these reports is that the frost giants that are up in Mount Rubii have basically removed themselves from the lowlands for some reason. According to the people of Barad, they say that they're protecting something great and are not wanting to exit out to deal with the affairs of the people in the lowlands due to what happened with the White Dragon, the dragon cult, and the like. They also lost a great number. They're not willing to come down the mountain.
Oh, that's fair.
But there's some other element that's causing problems in the Shivan Pass west of Barad. And last you checked on Barad, you haven't been back, but you heard that basically common folk, at the behest of the people of Bluegate, have just started fucking building their own town there.
Yep.
With their own curious, their own kind of, set of government.
I thought they were going without the Curios.
Yeah, right. Their
Just
own
self-governed.
curios.
Got it.
Curios basically just means like leader or lordship. And in their case, they're doing a council.
Are there reports on what it is?
Nope. Just that the giants are not it and also are not involved in trying to stop it.
Well, we know why the giants are up there. Protecting Zeal's egg.
Yeah, Azil's up there, and the giants are, according to what you can glean from these reports, are basically now in kind of turtle shell mode to make sure what happened before doesn't happen again.
Some zealot kid doesn't walk in and steal an egg.
And cause it to join sides
Brooklyn.
with a traitor dragon.
Can't take him anywhere.
No, they're just defending the egg.
I said they gave me a ring to teleport back there anytime I wanted.
Oh,
Pretty
that's
cool.
neat.
Pretty
A
awesome.
long walk to anywhere.
Bit of a walk down a hill, yeah.
That is a shitty one-way trip for sure.
It wouldn't be as bad if you had a coffin lid. You could just slide right on down.
Hell yeah.
I got a shield.
That's just fuck boy.
I got a shield. I can snowboard.
Those were simpler times.
Simpler times.
We just slid everywhere.
No, it's teleport here, teleport there. Boring.
I do miss walking.
Anybody have a specific contact in Bonrock that we can get
Benson, sorta.
Bonrock's military strength is not deployable. It is very much a defensive thing.
Yeah, it's more city guard kind of.
anything we can glean,
Militia.
information, items, moral support, let them know what's going on.
They
They'll keep us in their thoughts.
they give you a handshake and say the Dwarson.
Keep you in our prayers.
The Dwarson is with you.
We're setting up a prayer network.
Not
Like that,
with you, but with you.
Like with you.
It's like that Digimon movie where like they're in the thing and like everybody around the world is like, "We got you," and then like all the stuff comes through the screen and like melds into the Digimon and gets like ultra mega buff and destroys them.
Can't say I get the reference, Fred.
I wasn't really Digimon either.
I wasn't either. I just like that movie.
I want to thank. I appreciate you for just unabashedly. You know what? Maybe Digimon will play in this group.
Purple Light, can we get any zombies come hang out?
We got rid of all the zombies. Or at least we broke it so the zombies aren't bound to there.
Savi's wrong about.
Only people I can think.
Somebody.
Only
Like the
people I
zombies.
can think of that owe me a favor, and there's a good chance I'm forgetting things, are both demons. One was that blue Oni from Shadow Place, where we got the 2 legendary weapons. I forgot
Yep.
his name. I was supposed to speak his name 3 times to summon him against a wizard. There were a lot of very specific circumstances. And the
And then
second
you
one was
die
that other
immediately
guy.
after.
The second one was that other guy who kind of kicked my ass, but I also kind of kicked his. You guys all saw.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I don't think he's chomping at the
He's a-
bit to repay any
He's a little
debts.
unreachable.
You would know that Sophia's still at Vester. She was told to hold there, so you have her. She can definitely assist.
Mhm.
That's a single person. House Vester does have strong connections with the working guild, like the working people of the city. So it's very, very, very likely that she'll be able to muster a like full-on just all the people who are commoners. Let's get the fuck out of here. Situation.
That's primary. We don't care. I'm speaking for everybody by mistake here. I don't care about much of the royalty, the noble class, outside of 2 or 3 people. We want to get all the
Common folk.
pedestrian civilians out of there.
They didn't do anything. They don't deserve this shit.
Nah.
Yeah.
Grew up in the
I
wrong
think,
town.
I think that's mostly going to be a Mardigan thing. Try to sneak them out.
And where are you trying to take them to?
Just get them out.
Hell,
They'll have to
Benish needs population.
I think they're going to have to disappear on their own.
If Benish does have a lot of room. There are a lot of places I mentioned in the Lowtown that are open. Like there's
And Mardigans can push them through, too, because that's another stronghold for them.
How's Benish's port going now that they have access to that tower port?
you haven't been there in a while, but if you want to check back in,
I would like to check back in, see if they're not able to ferry people across the southern part of the lake.
So the main issue is if you move up through to the Tower of the Dark Star through Deccan's Divide, you're still passing through the Veldlands.
Right. No. I'm talking just using that port to sail to the very southern end of this lake here, Blackheart Lake,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, how are they?
and then
on both?
move people.
Oh yeah, I dig you. Yeah,
Benish has
100%.
Good call.
ships.
The Blackheart, the river that comes in through there, it's very treacherous, but it's not impossible. It's honestly though, if I were going,
They don't necessarily have to get them all the way back to Benish. Just be there to pick them up, so they're not traveling by the road. Maybe even get
Yeah.
them to the northern shore of Blackheart Lake.
the church,
Or just kind of cruise ship them.
so you would know that the Church of the Even Hand, which is
Get a
the
little carnival cruise.
church that is right
No, not
All
them.
these
Those
refugees.
tip
Yeah.
over.
right above there, has its own port as well, and you could
Fire
use
Banzer has some boats.
you could use
We
the Church
almost
of
bought
the
one.
Even Hand as like a launching point to get to the north side of Blackheart. It would be kind of more of like a shore landing with no ports, just like sending small boats, putting people on to the shore and letting them go up near Agios, and then track out from Agios to Benish would be safer than taking the road through the fens.
Okay.
And Agios is still in decent condition, last you checked too. Any other questions?
I guess where they were setting up and like trying to build a new town
Yep.
where it was completely redundant. Okay.
Well, yeah, redundant because Benish is basically where all of the traffic
Yeah.
is kind of going. The train, which is still going through there, just kind of skips past Agios more often than not.
Rock, you got any contacts?
No.
You
Sentinels
do.
are gone. Who?
Isn't there one of the twins?
The other group you signed up for
Oh, and those guys.
That's right. I haven't talked
that
to
are
them
all
in a
about
long
law
time.
and order
Oh, those guys.
and are in Benish where we are currently pretending we are.
Yeah.
See,
yeah,
this is
yeah.
Jeremy role-playing Raya by paying too close attention to our private lives.
Thank you. Perfect.
Didn't you? Weren't you drafted?
That's all I'm read, bud.
The
Yeah.
Tal'Namri-
I have a badge that I hide.
The Tal'Namri are very interested, but the thing is the way the Tal'Namri operates they do not have like a standing militia or like a rallying cry to call in for orders. Basically, the Tall Numri are kind of like a pompous adventurers guild, and you are one of their members as a shield associate.
Wait, could you go back on that statement? Because what was it supposed to mean?
What?
I don't think I like what you. They're like a pompous adventurers groom, and
Well, I mean, the last time I was there, they
What
didn't
the
seem to
fuck,
give a shit
man?
what I did.
Well,
They're like, just go out and do stuff.
yeah, that's it. But so here's the thing. What I mean by pompous, to answer Jeremy's question, is they feel that they are doing more than what an adventurers group would be doing, and they think they're more high-minded. So they believe that their efforts are different than just a group of jackasses meeting at a tavern and going and killing a dragon. They're like, we're going to kill the dragon because reasons, and like there's all these.
Maybe rocking like grassroots it through the new hires that didn't really know what they were signing up for, like he did.
If you're trying to operate inside the Tall Umri, you can try and requisition shield associates like yourself to help defend Bellum, because that's what you're trying to do. And if that's the case, I need you to roll a d6.
Are we
Okay.
splitting up to get all our ducks in a row?
No, we're still in
Or is
bench.
that too complicated?
I rolled a 1, so that's the good one, right? You
There's
wanted a 1.
currently one active shield associate who is capable of assisting you.
All right.
But he's the best one.
His
in
name
the
is Benny.
world.
Her name,
Her name is Benny.
according to the person that's kind of up front and at the clerk, says
Rodrigo.
her name is Talith. She's a recent addition to the Benish Association.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, she was one of the Sentinels, right?
Correct.
I know her.
I was gonna say you should call her anyway. So this is two birds.
We'll go ahead and make sure that she's aware that she needs to meet with you, Grok, and she should be with you in short order.
I don't know how she's going to react to me.
After a fashion,
we killed her. Oh,
comes downstairs, and she's got a bag over her shoulder, an axe in her hand, just kind of ready for travel. She walks up to you and says, "So you have outlived the serpent as well.
it is a small world, isn't it?
I am happy for you surviving. Unfortunately, the others, to my knowledge, besides maybe Ballerina, didn't make it."
Now, just out of character, I know that at the end of the battle with Uru, it seemed like he was trying to take over the mind of one of the Sentinels. Was that Ballerina?
No, that was Duralis.
That was Duralis, okay.
And he
Do
had
I-
control of her throughout that entire fight. It was meant at the end.
Okay.
I don't
She was
think it
starting
was-
to break free at the end.
The Tiefling, yeah.
There was one that was loyal even after death, right?
The Tiefling, yeah.
Oh, okay.
She kind of looked like a fawn, but she was a Tiefling.
I'm gonna give Grok some space. He doesn't need this. I'm just gonna wander out Benish for a little while.
So
Talith doesn't look like she's upset or like she's like, unhappy to see you. She looks quite the opposite. She looks like she's happy to see you.
What happened was just a huge betrayal of our trust.
Oh, yeah, I didn't really understand much of the details, to be honest. I was out doing something. I forgot what it was. It was shortly after we had spent some time together, and I kind of got lost in the mix of it all. And then I got a message from Ballerina, or a friend of Ballerina, someone named, I don't remember. And they said that Oru was dead, and that Grok had killed her. And so I said, oh, okay. Well, Grok's a good guy, so, I mean, it must be fine. And then I did some research in Benish and the association told me that what had happened based on the reports that they had. And so I said, oh, well, that's great. And it kind of sounded cool what they were doing. It wasn't too different from what I guess Oru was doing. So I just joined up,
Okay, well, you want to do good, so you can help us out here. So I would describe what we're trying to accomplish and what I'd like her to help with.
Absolutely.
If you could help with the defenses and especially of the common folk and maybe help them get ready.
Oh, that doesn't sound much like what I'm going to be capable of doing. But, I mean, she kind of looks back to your group. I mean, you're going to fight stuff, right?
You're gonna fight stuff. We're gonna fight stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I can help you with that.
Okay. Do we know like how powerful she is?
She looks just like you remember seeing her last time you hung out.
Okay. Well, that was a long time ago when I was a lot less
Like-
powerful.
Like level 5.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, yeah, sure. We'd love your help.
Okay, great. And you see her kind of like, get her stuff together. And she has a battle axe, a, kind of wooden or jawbone of a shield on one arm. Her pack, she has a short bow. She just looks like she's ready to go.
Great. I'm gonna give her a cloak of protection.
Oh, actually, I've already got all of my attunements, she says.
Okay.
And you see her kind of like, when she says that, she's not wearing really any armor. She raises up her gauntlets, which you recognize as bracers of armor. She then shows you that she is wearing a pair of boots with kind of a winged pattern on the side. And she is wearing I believe an amulet. I think it's an amulet, which you would recognize as the one that gives the wearer Constitution 19.
Great. Sounds like you're all set.
Yep. Okay. Talith joined the
How does her
party.
weapon look?
Looks pretty good. It definitely looks like it's more primal as a battle axe, but the head looks like it's dragon bone, actually.
Okay.
Grok, make a perception check.
Oh, give me a break. I got a 12. I got a crit fail.
What'd you get on the other one? 15.
15. My
Yeah,
passive perception is 22.
You recognize it's dragon bone. You don't know where she would have gotten dragon bone from, though.
Okay.
He's a player might.
Oh yeah,
The
you've got
market.
that Dragon Bone Club of yours. If you want to do anything wacky with that before we go forward, you and or Benson.
What? I'm sorry. What would be good? Whack what with what?
You've got a Dragon Bone Club.
I do. And what are you suggesting I do with it?
Is Benson able to approve that in any way? We haven't explored that option in a while.
It would take him a week.
Oh,
I feel
hell.
like I don't really. I'm not really big on magic weapons at this point. I think I'm good to go.
Oh, okay.
It's a week for 1 week for a potential +1 and nothing else. He
Hey,
I have a
never
scimitar of
Trying.
speed.
You pay close attention to things like this.
I pay no attention. I just hear things and they stay forever.
Sounds
I don't
alright.
get that.
Okay.
Brooklyn, got any aces up your sleeve?
When you get that +3 shield from your mom, she's probably packing some heat.
This is like a family treasure. This is like the most important thing we had.
I just wanted to remind that I have this thing going.
I'm not against going to see my mother, but
Nice. I forgot you had the warning. That's important. We should probably put in a call to Jimmy the Clerk.
Is anybody still in Moodus?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought everybody abandoned Moodus after a fashion.
No.
No, they're still in it. They move between it and Blue to move goods.
We can check on Fran too.
No, he just
I do miss Fran.
sent the people are still there. Just one farm family's gone.
Okay, I thought a lot of the population moved out for whatever reason.
Okay.
I don't want to waste our time, but I do like Moodus and I do miss Fran, but we don't have to go there.
The power of Moodus is working for the other side. We're not going to pick up a lot of allies there. So we got Mardigans while we're in Benish.
Okay.
So we can go put in calls there.
Okay. Yeah, everybody's very amicable towards your plans. Like, if you're laying out the details of what you kind of described already, everyone seems to kind of functionally understand what they're doing. And you would note that the kind of higher ups, the more like face people of the Mardigan family, are like, this is fucking great. And the reason why they kind of seem to have that attitude is the city, like Kyrios. You remember that his desire was to make Benish as populous as possible, make it the biggest city on this side of the world.
Yeah, get him some refugees.
And they're like, yeah, we can definitely spin this to good. From what I understand, they're building settlements north of Benish, like on the north side in old farmlands that have been kind of falling away.
Working on expansions.
Yeah. Like, literally, you don't understand. Like, the business, not only for the family, but also for just regular folks selling stuff near the railroads, is crazy. So many people are traveling up to Bluegate. There's these reports of this magic academy up in the city. And so, like, dozens and dozens of people have been heading up that way to check it out. And
They gotta go to the best town we got.
Learn about that. You would have noticed, too, that when you did go to Bluegate, it's trained out. It's got the train up there as well. But that's where the train ends. So.
Oh, you haven't updated the map in a while. That's fine.
Yeah, I haven't updated the map in a while. It has moved past Banser since the last time we hung out.
Cool.
And if you ask the Kyrios there, what they would report is that the contingent that was building the railroads is currently moving up to Bonrock, and they're going to, instead of building the railroad up to Bonrock, they're going to build it out of Bonrock down to Bluegate through Purplite. Because moving down a mountain is easier than moving up one.
Sure, if you have the materials. Does Bonrock producing the material for it?
Correct.
That's going to be the nicest part of the thing.
Shit.
Night quality.
Some
Once they reach that territory.
You just hit
What
purple
the
and you're just
hell?
like, God damn, this place is
just
nice.
The rail. No, I'm talking like if you're on the train, the rails go completely silent.
That's what I mean. Like, you hit purple light, you get past it, and you're like, fuck, this is nice.
You hit purple light, it just comes hover technology. It's hovering along the way.
Mag trains. Anyway. Yeah, if we can't put in a call to all the Mardigans, pull up any interested parties. Clerics, wizards, snipers would be ideal. People that are out of combat but can still put shots down range.
Okay.
Pick off soldiers.
We're just looking
Clear
at
path
crowd
for us.
control and emptying the populace.
Yeah, and people that can open teleportation circles in like hidden locations. Maybe we can get most of the city out of cover.
They say that they wouldn't know, like, the Mardigans in Benish wouldn't know about that. You would need to talk with the Mardigans in Bellum proper. But they say that basically what you're able to kind of muster up in Benish is a reception team. Like, the second that the refugees hit Benish, they're going to be dealt with, like, in a good way.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, if they can spare any hands, especially snipers, because I know there aren't going to be a lot of them in Bellum either. Just get any guns or longbows, even on the outskirts of town, but can pick off the like ramparts of Wraithward or whatever it is. Seemed like we were going to have to do a lot of groundwork before the dragons got in, and they'd finish the groundwork, and then we start the inside. Benson, since we're working on teleportation circles, you should probably start putting in your calls too.
Andy, I put Talith Jaw Shield in your. I'm going to put it in your allies. I'll get her a token here in a bit.
So I have control?
You'll have control of her. She'll just be a
Jaw
ally.
shield?
Yeah. Her shield is a bone jaw.
Neat.
I'll put it under allies. This will be a cohort for you. Your second cohort ever. Or third cohort, actually. Bellerin died horribly. Talith was your cohort before. But yeah, she's come a long way.
The
We
school
try
year.
to.
Oh, nice. Okay.
There is one other person that we can try to reach out to for help. Can we cast the crystal ball and try to track down Stampy? See if he can't. He's not ready for one more ride.
Or when you fight Gondar, he's riding it. It's like a massive Dark Souls battle.
No. You know what? I'm okay with that. Stampy was my rival for the longest time.
Now I will best you. Bitch.
And I suplexed the fucker. Remember the time I was a ghost? Or the
Yeah.
ghost took over me? And I was a mini boss? It was a good time.
Yeah, it would have been the same here if you hadn't ate some, or haven't
Yeah, it's
heard
pretty funny.
some bone broth. We could have had a fun time. Me and you killing the rest of the party. Anywho, okay. Any other? You wanted to talk to Jimmy the cleric. What was the goal there?
Jeremy stepped away. Probably to have like medical assistance ready.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
and just if he wants to pull his team down and help out, that'd be great. But if he can't, he can't.
Yeah. The champions of Mutis will be able to kind of muster, but they're the champions of Mutis, so they'll kind of not traverse too far south. At best, probably Wayside Inn, if any refugees are heading this way. And basically, it sounds like the refugees will kind of have options. They'll either be moving along the northern path of King's Road up to Mutis, or they'll go to Benish. So if they want pleasant kind of village life, Mutis it is. If they want the city life, they can go to Benish.
Nice.
Yeah.
what
Chody, if you want
is-
to contact the wizards and get scrolls of teleportation, maybe they can hang out outside of town and move
Yeah.
people a little faster.
None of
I
the
was gonna
wizards that are in your employ can craft scrolls of teleportation.
Well, can they find
Well,
them?
that's what I'm wondering, if I can move them out and have them help to teleport in areas that we need to. They can't.
No, you're the best spellcaster in the
Yeah,
region.
I know. I didn't think teleport was that big of a
5th level for
spell.
teleportation circle, and the only reason you had it was because I think of your I think it was because of your class. No, they would have
Franchise?
access to it. I would say that the only person who can cast teleportation circle besides you would be the crazy old guy from the light tower. It's the only one I can think of.
Jerry. That was his
Jerry.
name,
Yeah,
right?
Jerry.
It
Yeah.
was Jerry.
Yeah, Jerry had his own circle, so it's how
And he had
moves
those
stuff.
tiny
He has
horses.
to have it.
The only reason
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
the lady in Bellum had a teleportation circle is because it was not her house,
Right.
or it was her house, but it was
Came with the house.
yeah.
Okay,
That in the vestibule.
then I would be making as many scrolls as I can of it for them to hand out and pass
Okay.
out to people.
To make a single scroll of teleportation circle, it will take you the better part of 5 hours. So if you're cutting to work, you're not going to be able to teleport people around. With the sound of it, you've teleported quite a few places already. Is that accurate?
Could we have Grok do it instead to make it more realistic, or is that not?
Grok's
Possible.
not teleportation circle, man.
Yeah, but he can do the
Plants.
plant stuff.
There aren't any plants in Bonrock, so talking to them would have to be you have to take them there. There aren't any plants that are noteworthy in Benish, so you would have to take them there. Remember,
That noble had trees.
Oh, that's fair. Actually, that is fair.
We stayed at his house.
He
Grok
had
would
a nice garden. You
Grok would have had a fit and gone stood, looked at a tree for a while.
I
You
stand.
would have.
I stand corrected. Blue
There,
Gate.
there are no unnotable plants.
Blue Gate has less in the way of notable plants. I would say
I'll
that
help you there.
yeah, teleportation to Blue Gate would be more your deal. Benish you could get to for the garden, absolutely. Purple Light had no plants, but if you're trying to go there at all, and Bonrock also had no plants. Regarding Mutis, that's a sending message. That's easy.
Okay. I would just try to make as many as I could in that time that I
Okay.
had free.
Well, how many days do you want to spend at it? I would say with the traffic so far, just to kind of give it a net easy, if you're doing everything that you've done, that's probably the better part of 2 days.
Call it 2.
That's fair.
Get to Bellum, start jotting down teleportation notes.
If you want to take a third day to just like bust out teleportation notes,
Is there anything we can do to assist him to expedite the process as far
Okay.
as bringing him material, making sure he's on task, etc.?
you can't cast teleportation
Bring
circle.
me tea.
I know I can. I'm just saying, like, all right, now I'm gonna turn the page for him and
Yeah,
Brew
no.
him a badass
shake
cup
him
of coffee.
awake. Yeah, get him coffee.
For flavor purposes, if the part of the montage breaks down to Benson sitting at a table with a pen and like a big goofy like stack of papers, and it's
Rocky
like
music in the
Eye
background.
of the Tiger, and he's like quickly quilling, and you're like moving the page aside and like making sure you're holding up the book. Yeah, that's fine, but you're
Yeah,
really
like he's at a book signing, and all right, this one, and this one.
You're not offering much in the way of assistance. It does
I
sound
know.
like admission Benson spiked recently. You're upwards of about 580 students for the fall season.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah,
You need a bigger school.
and for what you gather,
What is tuition looking like, huh?
what you gather from the people who are putting to task like the books and the like, the recent admission totals have gone up because people have been migrating through the Iron Road to here to investigate about it. People who've been turned away at the colleges in Osiria.
What is the physical school? The brick and mortar building that
The Hall
constitutes
of the
his
Arcana.
school. Okay. Will that fit 500 people?
Currently, no.
Oh.
But they've literally not been told to stop admissions, and you've already been told too. Classes will not only be here. There are other portions of the world that are parts of the campus. Benish, and also the light tower, or the lighthouse, have been added as segments of the school. Those teachers teach out of their established locations.
Might want to tell them to stop admitting students.
Do you want to tell them to stop admitting students?
I would honestly, if we have that many students and not that many teachers, I would say that we would hold off for until the next semester, and we can find more classes. I definitely don't want them to say no. I would say that we would reach our quota for this year, and we'll bring you in next year. That's the whole point. Is we want to make sure anyone can come in, but there is a point to where we can't.
Maintain interest. Let
Yeah.
them know you've got limits.
You hear Jerry say,
Yeah.
"Yeah, just close off admissions. Say it closes today. That's fine. I mean, no big deal."
Focus on the curriculum. You want to make sure.
What are they
every
gonna do?
student gets
They
the
can never.
attention
They never
need.
get another chance to learn magic.
Just say today's the last day, then they can.
Yeah, it just makes the school more prestigious.
Yeah,
They miss their
Yep.
chance.
a wizard's got to be patient. They handle the business there, and you know that some of them are kind of staying inside of the city's north side, from what you can hear. But you're busy writing up teleportation scrolls. I would say that it would cost you probably about, I think it's 250 per spell level, something like that. So
How many can you get out? Are we saying 3, 4?
250 times 5, about 1250 to craft a scroll of teleportation circle.
We've got the money. I'm just asking how many he's going to be able to get out before.
In a day, if the halfling's just literally book grinding, I'd say
4.
4.
So 1250 by 4. 5
Well,
grand?
Yeah.
Okay, so I will take out 5 grand of my residium.
Okay.
No,
We don't need to.
only if you want to.
Well, the
You haven't
residium
been-
can just be used. You don't have to buy.
Yeah, you're not really dumping residium left and right. Go ahead.
Man, do you have like a really cool bottle of ink? Man, that'd be great.
That have saved us some money.
Uh,
If only someone had unlocked something, as is their job.
He's just scribbling the teleportation.
I think you just got to it first. I don't remember really what happened there, but fucking pockets over here.
I would say that with that time slot too, the only other thing that you'd be able to activate and do during that day, Benson, is teleport to Dark Flame and back to give them the teleportation circle to Bellum. I know that was something of interest that was kind of on the table. I'm just making sure that you're aware that it has happened.
Yeah.
Will do. Yep, that's fine.
Okay.
I think, are we in Bellum now? Is that the
You haven't teleported there yet.
Yeah, I think.
Blue
Oh,
Gate is
okay.
where it sounds like we are.
Okay, I didn't know where he was crafting the scrolls.
School, for sure.
Okay.
'Cause some people are probably taking lessons. And Jerry's probably there, like, as Benson's working, explaining it.
What he's doing.
Because Jerry's also capable of doing it. And is probably helping, too, to be honest.
Jerry?
Yeah. Like,
This guy gets like two more.
The two of you, 10 hours in one day. That's a lot. 20 hours is insane. So, yeah, 10 hours in one day writing is kind of nuts. So the two of you do it, then, yeah, 4 scrolls.
Who are you giving the scrolls to?
Anyone that can activate them. It sounds like it's going to be Jerry and Benson, though.
Oh. That's still nice to have.
Also the Dark Flame Orcs can do it as well. So if you want to give them a couple.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Give 2 to
We
Jerry.
could have nabbed 1 or 2 of them while we were in the area.
Yeah. Could have brought them
No,
back
they're
with
meeting
you.
us there. And very important, everyone that has a scroll needs to target a different circle if you're going to ignite them at the same time. So you guys have to plan that ahead and know where you're sending people.
Don't want any
You could
Cronenberg massacres.
You could muster inside of her estates. It's not massive, but it's not small either.
No, but we also want to
He's saying
spread out
teleport
circles.
people.
We don't want to funnel all the city into one point.
Got it.
So they all need to ignite circles in different places, and that they can't call the same circle at the same time.
I get what you're saying.
Or it's not going to activate.
We're saving the circles for the people that have difficulty actually traveling.
Got it. So Black Tongues will walk.
Elderly, women with children.
Oh, you're talking about getting out. Got it. I understand.
Yeah. For the evacs, yeah. Because if you light them all at the same time and they all call Benish, only one of them's getting through.
Right. Understood. So Jerry will memorize Moodus's from your book, Benson. So he can teleport to the Tower of the Hand. And he'll take people to Moodus that way.
Okay.
So when Jerry pops, he'll pop that, send them off. After a minute, pop another one, send more off. Anything else?
When we do get into Moodus, we would want to have people.
Bellum.
When we get to Bellum, we would want to have people evacuating in a somewhat organized manner. We want the people that are capable of traveling to start traveling rather quickly, and then we can begin teleportation circle for the smaller groups of people that can't really travel.
Likely be a Mardigan thing. Let them organize it because they can shut down the market, like they said before.
Mardigan and the working class themselves, they're more loyal to the Vester family, so we can
the Mardigans
get that word out.
Yeah, Mardigans will know the best evac routes and guide the people.
We just want the people to know, and then Mardigans collect them from point ABC.
We want the town to go silent as fast as possible.
Yes. Shut down the markets.
Priority to the lower tier.
So after day 3, day 4 would be when you're teleporting to Bellum to start the evacuation process. Is that accurate?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
What's the
Brooklyn,
first?
Don't have anything?
No.
Okay. I don't want you to feel skipped.
Thank you.
The first step of the evacuation process?
I need to speak to Alessia.
Okay.
It is Alessia, not Ashene.
Correct. Alessia Vester, Ashene Christensen.
I always do it.
In hindsight, I probably should have given them different letter starting names.
Could have helped.
Same thing for every town on the fucking
Most
map.
of the
Why
towns,
they all be?
So many bees.
But
I promise I will not do the same in the next world, or will I?
Do we have a plan
smart enough for this?
Do we have a plan for the evacuees, to, like where they're going or how they're exiting?
That's kind of what we're getting at. I would try to work with Alessia and Sophia, because she's a person of action, to come up with...
if today's the day, because I believe the dragons were flying in, right?
No, we're summoning them.
Summoning them.
They just.
I
they're
thought, I thought they
booming,
were
they're here.
flying in to do an overhead, and then we're summoning them inside because they can't break in.
That's not what's happening at all. No.
Nope, they're just
No? Okay.
just twiddling their thumbs and waiting to
Yeah.
be
Got it.
here.
One of them would have to fly days to get here. Like, and you keep getting teleported to their lair and not understanding it's there.
Oh, the black one could summon those two,
Oh, the
Not our
black,
problem.
do a little damage outside, and then we pull them all in.
the black one has one scroll of that at a time, and you have it.
Grok's got it.
Benson has it.
Benson's got it.
Grok
he
can't
actually-
do that
He
scroll.
can
Yeah.
actually do it.
No, actually incorrect. Grok is the only one who can do that scroll.
But
got
it's in Draconic, though, right?
Oh, you can't read Draconic?
How can you not read Draconic?
I mean,
You served a dragon. What? Okay, no. Then it's in Tortle.
perfect.
It was
you.
translated to Tortle.
Because you said it was in Draconic, and last session I said, well, Benson's gonna have to read it then.
I missed that part.
No worries.
He,
So
he definitely called that part out, but it's very funny that he doesn't speak Draconic.
I do find that very strange. 98
all
sessions.
these years.
98 sessions in, didn't even notice. But
Can
yeah,
you slow down?
Oru's Common was really
I'm
good.
not picking up a single word.
no wonder where the miscommunication came from. No, that explains so much.
Oh, we're bad guys.
You're
Shit.
evil.
Now I get it.
Damn it.
Fuck,
know.
why didn't you say so?
It's translation error.
Are we the baddies?
Are we the bad guys?
Perfect. Okay.
See?
When you arrive at Alicia Besser's home, she, of course, welcomes you in with her 2 guards. And she says to you directly, welcome back. I assume that you bring tidings that are good comparatively.
Things are about to get hot here at Bellum. I don't know that we have more than a day. Your contacts throughout the city, those that govern the working class, how quickly can you reach them? How quickly can you get word through to as many of the people of the town as possible?
I'll be completely honest with you, the town's mine.
I'm sorry?
I run this town. The Council of Coin has basically disbanded itself and is now set keenly only on guarding Wraithward. One of the members has left. Another group of them has absconded outside of the city walls and have taken defenses in an old dwarven redoubt nearby. And the houses that remain stay at Wraithward along with the honor bound. Unfortunately for them, they are not very interested in coming out into the city due to a couple of attempts that they made and the new guard of the town causing them issue. She smiles, kind of gestures over to a gazebo nearby, and you can see the really dapper, Mardigan guy, the chef, kind of standing there and kind of looks at you and gives you a wave. How's Raya?
He's outside. He's just outside. I can go get him. He's good job.
Yeah, bring him in.
You make a good Kraken.
Sounds like I'm not going to the restaurant then.
I'll go collect everybody else. I assumed they were headed to the restaurant.
You get to the
Saves
restaurant.
me some steps.
You get to the restaurant and they're like, oh, he's at and they gesture. They don't say it out loud, but they tell you where he's at, and you're like, what?
God damn it.
Crazy shit.
Crazy shit.
Yeah, I thought I was splitting off alone. I'll go get everybody, and we can have a good earnest talk.
Confusion absconded, and everybody kind of understanding that the situation is different. Rye, you would notice moving through the town that there are no town guard. There are Mardigan enforcers.
Hell yeah.
And
Like
it
should be.
If you go, hey, what's going on here? Just asking one of them, and they go, town's ours. Council of Coin folded. They protect their town. Everything past the Reliquary Tower is theirs, to the north there, and everything below it and around it is ours. Not too bad, but I don't know how interested most folk are in sticking around, you know? Not a lot of stuff trafficking through here.
Make them not interested.
You got it.
It's going to get real wild real soon.
Oh, look, it's still a scarecrow last time you were here.
He's a good boy.
It's a good boy.
Someday we'll go back to it. We'll see.
Wookie tiny.
Still tiny.
Why is it such a little token?
Because
Why is it so-
it sets to the grid.
Why?
It sets to the
Why
grid.
was it? Why
What's
was
that
it so funny?
What's that meme of the guy looking up at the girl who's interviewing him?
Don't know.
I'll find it later.
Okay.
I'll look to. Go ahead. Sorry.
Real quick, to explain what I just said so that you kind of get what I'm saying here. You see the reliquary tower. We've been here before. This territory here, drawing a red line. Everything to the right of the red line is Christender. Everything to the left of the red line and below it is Vester and the Mardigans. Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, what's interesting? We'll pause for that.
So the map didn't switch into on the stream. It didn't switch to the map on the broadcasting. I just switched it real quick. But yeah,
Vester State is 15. Is that right?
Correct.
Yes.
17 is Wraithward.
Target. Would Alessia have taken on a role as a Kyrios then?
She says no. I am simply acting as the current person in charge, as the coin has fallen away, and I've allowed the Mardigans. I've allowed them. I do not want that title. She would say.
Didn't we just define that like an hour ago?
She says, I have made certain that the Mardigan family acts in a fair manner regarding the peoples of the town. People continue to work, and we have closed down the train station, much to my chagrin. Without the Council of Coin being able to confirm trade in and out, currently serves as a problem. More people asking questions means more people trying to help, which means more people might be siding with the current majority of the council. So I have decided to close off the train station so that they just think that Agios is the best place to go, and that's where the next stop is on the road.
Agios is a good place to go.
Good for them. Yeah, I don't think we need to keep secrets here anymore.
Is the train here?
No.
I think the train's blowing right past them.
Okay.
Is the idea.
When would the next one be scheduled to stop?
We don't know.
It would probably take her time to like reach out to somebody and let them know that that station's open again.
She says that and she kind of gestures to the chef, and the chef says, It's not happening. We've got contacts and connections with the train company, and Bellum to them is a dead spot. They're not even coming this way.
Which way did the train go last? North or south?
Well, it does run along the outside. It's like the black line there. But what you aren't aware of is that further down to the south, there's a fork, and it actually goes out and around away from Bellum, so that most train traffic that passes by Bellum will go around the outside. There are also some industrial kind of factories out that way that deal with heavier loading that were put in place by the Thomas Palatinists and the Artificers League.
That would definitely shut down one of our evacuation routes.
I mean, the chef says if you need them, we can get them. But evacuation?
You should have already been apprised of all this.
Oh, so that wasn't Poppycock. Looks to Lady Vester and kind of nods, and she says, So you're planning on attacking Wraithward with force?
We are taking Wraithward, and what lies beneath it will be dealt with
When?
today.
Looks over to the chef. Get the map. You know what to do. He nods. Looks over to Raya and says, "Everything's good in Benish, right? You've seen
Yeah.
You've seen it with your own eyes."
Benish is prepared.
Nods his head
If
to
you've
you.
readied if you've readied snipers, please put them in positions.
I have a lot of people to guard against any possible attempts to stop us from what we're doing. When we start moving, they'll know. And if they want to try and test us, they will have a better effort of it. Most of our power lies in the shadows.
Get the people out of the city.
I don't believe many of them will press outside of Wraithward to stop an evacuation.
Start with the ones closest to Wraithward. I can't guarantee anything near that building will be standing.
Start on the south side behind the wall where they can't see it happening.
I'll get started.
When the south side is cleared, then clear what they can see.
Nods his head, and Alicia says, "The signal is as it always was. Red flare into the air." He nods his head. Crimson scarves, yeehaw, and walks away.
We've spoken with the people of Benish. There may be some ships coming along the, what was it, Black Lake? Black something lake?
She nods her head.
Just trying to give as many of the options as possible to evacuees and those who are initiating the evacuation.
I believe the chef's plan, from what I understand, is get everybody out of the city to the north side, up near the bottom portion of Blackheart Lake. I know the Mardigans have smuggling ships already there, but if more vessels are in and around there, we'll flag them down. We'll know that they're not combatants. She nods her head. Good. I have no real desire to fight against her half-brother.
I know what you mean.
I've been fighting her my entire life, and this act of cowardice has really ended it for me. I don't want to talk to her ever again, nor do I want to have her spoil my mood any longer. If you plan on taking Wraithward when it is done, I will assure you this city will be made right afterwards.
Do you know the spell Teleportation Circle?
I don't. Not really much of a caster myself.
I read the room.
I thought she was at some level.
I think it's the other sister that's super.
No, I
huge,
know
right?
she is, but I thought this one was too.
This one's a little bit, but not.
Benson, make an Arcana check as that's said out loud in front of you, and this is the first time you've really heard it said by her. It's not the first time she said it, though.
23.
She's a warlock. She's a fucking warlock. She's definitely a warlock.
Could she cast it?
No, absolutely not.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's not something you would have picked
Am
up
I a
on.
warlock?
No. She wasn't born to be a warlock.
I forget.
She
It's
signed
on dad. It's on dad's side of the family.
You have to sign pacts to
Her
become warlock.
mom's side of the family. My bad.
No, sorcerer is what you're thinking. Warlock is when you like.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
You go to some power and you basically say, "I'm fine. I'm forging this pact with you."
Who does she serve?
You don't know.
Well,
Only Benson is aware that she's a
We'll have
warlock.
a strongly worded talk about that later.
You're not supposed to ask ladies that. It's rude.
Someone doesn't ask, lady doesn't tell. So we want to start the evacuation in the neighborhood surrounding Wraithward.
Yep.
I'm just gonna outright tell them we've enlisted the assistance of some powerful beings. I cannot promise much of the eastern side of town will survive this.
I will
If any
remain.
of the town.
I will remain here. I'll probably go to my high tower and watch, and see what I can't see of what happens to that place. I don't
Stay
care.
with Lady Sophia. Keep each other safe, please.
She nods her head, and then you kind of see Sophia, like, who's not too far off, kind of sees, or hears you say that, and you see her kind of like look crestfallen, but then kind of nod dutifully, like she wanted to join you.
I'll
But-
go talk to her.
Yeah. If you kind of take us an aside, everyone else is left with Lady Besser. Anything else that you want to talk to her, or the chef who's still kind of leaving? Anything else that you want to talk about with them?
Where they want to set up teleportation circles so we can put Jerry in a spot.
They very quickly outline kind of like where the best places for that would be, and it goes along with what you were saying. The best place to kind of quick move people will be closer to Wraithward. So Jerry, who's there, I'm assuming, will kind of
I hope.
yeah. I hope we brought him.
Shit.
We'll go along.
We forgot Jerry.
Oh shit! Not Jerry.
Be right back.
He will go and kind of like work with the Mardigans in that regard. And then the other person who's going to be casting teleportation circle to move people out would be Benson. So Benson, if you are wanting to implement that practice, you're going to have to go with Jerry and them.
I will.
Okay.
Make sure it gets done.
Well, do you want to plan where you're going to meet up after the fact? Because remember, Grok is the scroll summoner. You'll be in Wraithward, kind of like here-ish. Here. Hold
Before
on.
we go, I'll cast telekinesis on all of us.
You mean Rare's telepathic bond?
Yeah.
Lasts an hour, so hopefully that happens within an hour then.
If not, well, like I said, if
We'll
it gets
re-up
close,
when we get back,
we'll, yeah.
Are the Mardigans aware of the well and the weirds?
No.
I want to pass that information on because that's another evac route straight to Mudis.
And it also could be used for drugs.
You see Lady Vesser kind of go, I would be cautious. You would hardly like to owe such a grand favor to such a pernicious individual, such as an elemental weird. You see the Mardigan go, I don't understand any of that, but okay. And
If
she
it
kind of,
saves even one family, it's worth that family's doing.
in a desperate situation, Lady Vesser says, spit into the well on the south side of the city and ask the boon to teleport to Mudis.
Tell you want to speak on land. It's very important.
Also true. She smiles and looks to Raya with kind of like she crosses her arms, but as she does so, you can hear like the leather of her outfit kind of like do that.
That stretching sound.
Yeah. And she just kind of gives you like a grin, but like kind of like a, okay, we're not messing with amateurs here.
He learns from other people's mistakes.
That's right. That would be
Hell yeah.
Croc's mistakes.
Honestly, that's my entire childhood. That's
Glub, 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 glub.
okay. Anything that else needs to be kind of handled here? How do you want to assail Wraithward? What direction?
Oh, I thought I was going to
Violently.
talk to
Oh.
Sophia.
Oh, Sophia, sorry, thank you. She
You're
steps to
good.
the side with her, and she says, you don't need my help in the fight. I will stay here and protect your half-sister. I will continue to do that. That's absolutely fine. But
I've been greedy, requesting your assistance in ways that you don't want to offer it. I don't want to lose everything today, if I were to lose. I'd like to ask you what you would like to do. And I'll accept that if you have done for me.
she kind of stops for a second, looks down at the ground. This situation has caused you great burden because of your former master, because of its relation to your family. And it could go very badly for you if they were to try and do anything with.
If I lose here, I'm dead. If
but-
I win here, I'm burying at least one sister.
If you lose here, you're dead. But that doesn't mean Alicia has to die. I understand. what you mean by not wanting to lose everything. It wouldn't be the first time you've died. I'm sure you'd be brought back somehow. Some other miracle could be presented. But your sister, if she's assailed outside of what's happening at Wraithward, she would be defenseless. I understand. If that is your wish, I will stay here and I will protect her. But know too that if it was your wish for me to go with you and die at your side, or win at your side, whatever the day would bring you, know too I'd be ready to do that as well.
What was the name of the cook?
The chef. She's
Yeah,
known as the chef.
Cook!
Nice.
Just yell across the yard at him.
He's
I
like,
never got his name.
yeah, his name is the chef. He's talking to Benson and he's talking to Jerry, and then he kind of hears, "It's the chef," he says, as he turns and looks back at you.
Monsieur. I point at Alicia. Her life's in your hands. Anything goes wrong. I've been very hard to kill before.
Looks to Alicia. Well, okay.
Look back at Sophia. Do you want to try dying with me?
You see her smile, almost like giddily, kind of run back into the house and come back out with her weapons and shit. Oh yeah, okay. I'll get her character card here in a bit. And she'll basically operate as Talith is operating for Grok.
No. Yeah, I'd like it back if I survive this, but take this with you and see if you or someone else can use it. I'm going to pass off Zadok's heater so you can have the sniper.
Wait, what are you passing off?
His rifle.
My magic rifle, Zadok's heater.
Forgot
For
all
the
about
foundlings.
He never. Well, that's because he always uses the wand of wonder instead of the rifle.
Well, now
Way
he's,
cooler.
guys, this is brilliant metagaming because now he can roll a new character who inherits that rifle.
And is also a master
Who's
chef.
a Mardigan.
Since
It's
we're getting
almost
stuff
too
to
genius.
Chef Boy,
Jimmy the Saucier.
RD, I'll go over to the chef and I'll take off my my necklace that's like the phoenix pendant and the Dias Azil and give them to him and ask him if I don't return, he will give them to my parents in Banster.
Okay. You can do that. All right. Anything else prep-wise?
We're pretty sure Ashenay is going to have to say. Yeah.
Gonna have what?
Or invisibility is probably not going to work in the Wraithward, right?
Probably not.
I don't know.
Okay. I'm just going to unattune from the ring so I can be attuned to the sword and the dagger and the cloak.
Oh, you're dual wielding now. That's right.
Yeah. And I forgot I had to attune to it. That was very important.
Big deal.
I just remembered it.
Big deal.
Well, then you still haven't sent out everybody. So then great. Yeah, that's fine.
Who's left?
I don't think anybody. I'm just making sure that Benson's going to cast telepathic bond before he leaves instead of. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
I will be casting telepathic bomb before I leave. Yes.
Brain. All right, somebody's got to kill 28 minutes so we get Steven on this next week.
All right. So, part one of my filibuster.
Is we go to the Yuan Ti Shrine.
I'm also going to give him the ring that teleports to Hazil's egg and tell him to give it specifically to my mother because I feel like she could take that better than my father could.
Did we make how much soup did we make?
Soup. Oh, enough for
Gallons.
Like 7-8 people?
Got a 15, right?
We just grabbed two.
Croc got a 15.
I think it
on
was
the
a 15.
So
We just
half.
picked up 2 helpers.
You can consume a total of 8 people could consume the broth. So
What a lucky number.
Your helper slot is limited. There are more options for helper slots, obviously. Like if you'd asked Jerry might be interested in going down there and fighting. If you said, "Hey, Jimmy the cleric, you want to come down?" You could have possibly gotten him as well. But I'll be completely.
We don't want any more people than we need inside the sphere of influence that is the Wraith.
I'll be
And I'm
completely
hoping
honest.
it doesn't reach outside of Wraithward, because that was the point of Wraithward.
The talent bit is actually pretty good. She's not anything. She's pretty good.
I just thought about it.
Plus 15
Whoa.
berserkers and 2 lions.
Yeah, will the berserkers and the
3
lions be
dragons.
controllable?
Yeah.
Nah, berserkers
She's
are rage
gonna take them
monsters. Their
all
brains
over.
are immune. Lions, maybe.
Okay.
We're gonna go in there and just like blow past her and just go fight the dragon, right?
I
No.
don't know.
We'll see.
We can summon 3 other dragons in there. Gonna stand behind that a little bit.
I have a question out of character for you, John.
Yeah.
So, way back when I rolled the character and I had these like little bits of like clues of who I am. I have this half of a map. Have we encountered wherever that's supposed to be for? Okay. Neat.
Nope.
Want me to take a look?
Yeah, it's fucking
I've been a
paper.
lot of places.
I chat around, but it's never once come up, and I keep forgetting I have it.
Is it southwest of here?
I don't think so. It's like the map of an underground system, like under a
Is
building.
it southwest of here?
I do not know, asshole.
Is it south?
So the underground's still a maybe for me. Came from the southwest.
It's like the floor plan for something under a castle.
Like a Wraithward?
I don't think so, but it could be.
I mean, these are family grounds, right?
It's that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We haven't been anywhere that ends in LLY though.
Ollie. Looks like it's on a cliff face.
Yep. Just, unfinished business. We could die.
Clean that. We'll clean that up when we're done here.
Make an intelligence check.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
You have advantage. And then if anybody seeing the map wants to, they can make an intelligence check too. Same thing.
I'm out.
I did poorly.
Yeah.
Oh, if only I had inspiration.
No, I said you had advantage.
Oh, then I got an at 20.
Anybody else?
I rolled an 8.
I'm not around there, so I'm
I
not
also got
rolling.
an 8. Oh, I
with
got a 12
advantage. Grok, you want to take a crack?
You guys throw one out just for fun? See if you can read a map.
13.
Brooklyn, as you're all talking, kind of looking over the map, kind of leans in, kind of presses his finger against it. Brent, Brooklyn would know that the back end of that castle and kind of like the mountain structure that it's built on looks very similar to the keep that Calareth was in. The inner workings of it were never really delved into. You fought what you fought outside of it, and then the castle disappeared.
Yeah, that looks like the castle that we fought. What's his name at? Calvin. And maybe that was his home base, and you had a map of it because you had to go through there a bunch. It maybe had traps, and so you had the map so you know where the traps were.
Heads up.
What was the name of that place?
I don't remember.
Shadowkeep.
There's
That
nothing
doesn't
Ollie.
end in Ollie.
Benson, Raya, history checks.
Even though I'm not there?
Oh, you're still kind of nearby.
Oh, okay.
26.
Cool. 18.
So you don't really pay attention too much. You're not really listening. And you hear Raya start to do a Benson, start elucidating about facts.
My
and
favorite thing to do.
He says, now, in hindsight, I remember the mountain that the Shadow Keep was on, the rock area that was present there, was known as Dragon's Folly. The keep was never really there, though. The dragon's lair was. Yeah, the keep was.
God damn it!
The keep was brought there.
What color dragon?
Green. Yeah, Oru's original dragon lair was there.
I thought it was going to be the white dragon lair that we've been looking for months and can't find.
No,
It was here the whole time.
That would be very funny.
Chalk Reskafar's lair was there before she was redeemed and turned into Oru.
She would have taken that with her, though, right?
What? Her hoard?
Horde?
You went into her dragon lair and it was empty. The only thing that you found that was of note was Oru's symbol above the door. And the original name, which is why you knew it when you fought her.
Oh, hey, if we survive this, we can go explore this cool thing I found, right? It's been in my pocket for a year.
Hell yeah. Do you like being in holes on the ground? Lived in one for years. Black Dragon thought I was fancy.
I believe I've got Sophia correct. Adding it to yours, and I'll put it under cohorts for you, Zach.
Okay.
Sophia Elaine.
I've
never used the cohorts drop down.
I think it popped somewhere. No, it's
Ropes
showing
is in there.
Now you're able to see the Dungeon Masters folder because shenanigans. Moving to cohorts. There it is.
Hey,
Got
Ropes,
it. I do miss ropes.
I dead as shit.
Her unarmed strike didn't factor in. I will get it up there here in a bit.
Okay.
But yeah, she can make 2 attacks with her greatsword, and then she can make, as a bonus action, 2 attacks with her fists. She can only do the 2 attacks with her fists 3 times per day.
It was a great sword she had?
Mm-hmm.
How the hell was I using it?
Well, she was using a longsword then, and it was broken.
Well, I gave her back her better sword.
Right. She gave you a short sword, which is not her sword. It was the sword that was granted to a champion of the Grand Tournament. She doesn't.
She was never a champion?
No, she was. She gave you her champion sword. Yours was broken.
Okay. Good. I thought she lied.
No. She was. She beat you.
She doesn't. It's
You've
debatable.
You've lost twice. Once to her.
Does she never use her champion sword?
No, it's a short sword. It's ornamental.
We got a lot to talk about.
All right.
Mine was broken.
She was using a great sword against you or she was using a great sword against the other 2 ladies. The angelic maidens, yeah. Anywho, moving right along. So just so I understand it correctly, the plan of attack is Benson Jerry warping people out, Mardigan family moving people out, Mardigan family protecting Alacia at her estates.
At her tower, wherever that is. I'm assuming
in her estates.
The west side of the estate.
Yeah, it's like that kind of circular one of the circular ones near like the front. And then the lot of you moving up to Wraithward's main entrance. With again, the forces have not really been able to arrive. That you were kind of talking about. With the exception of the Black Tongues, who have taken positions outside of the town.
Shit, we forgot to call Robbie Silverhand. Ronnie Silverhand.
Oh yeah, you didn't actually send a message to them, so they're not here. Never mind.
He's waiting by the phone, just anxious.
Hoping we don't call. Fuck.
He's worried sick.
Why did I say that?
As the dragon disappears, you see him go, oh, thank goodness. They forgot about us.
And he starts filling out his resume.
But yeah, that's right. You did not mention them. Sorry. I no idea why I thought you did. But Yeah, so they won't be coming. No forces will be present. So it's basically just going to be dragons versus everyone at Wraithward.
No forces will be present yet.
Right.
And then in a dramatic fashion,
People start
our
appearing.
old Dark Flame friends will just show up and whip ass.
Yeah. If you do cast a sending message to them for them to come, that'd be fine.
How many strong do we think the Wraithward currently is?
If you want to scout it out from a distance or look in the tower in the
Probably a good
estates,
few hundred.
I'll just collect the information from the Mardigans. I'm sure they have it.
yeah, they do. So there are 300 armor bound. There are
Gondor's been busy.
100.
Yeah, he's been
What
recruiting.
the fuck?
It's not even
From
his,
his-
it's not even his full force.
From his 10.
150 town guard remain.
300 people don't even live near Phalanx.
A lot of them abandoned the town and abandoned the guard because they were just not a fan of what was going on here. Most people were able to kind of see the right of it, this being really awkward. And they have a lot of
That was the original town guard. They walked off, that we said.
yeah, only 150 remain. And then it looks like they have a lot of artillery weaponry that has been brought in from the outer walls to defend Wraithward.
All right, guys, no tanks.
Ballistas,
Here's the shambles.
catapults, and
Julie already hit one guy with a catapult. Kind of liking our odds on that one.
What if they're just catapulting people onto us? So like the catapult comes out and like it's like a little rock, and then I know where bursts out a bunch of people, and they just start falling down on the sword.
I approve.
We'll applaud them and then
Just
beat ass.
step slightly out of the way and watch them splatter across the pavement of town.
well done, well done. Yeah, any other things that you want to kind of test here?
I'm drawing a blank. Anybody else?
Okay, well then that's actually perfect. I think this again, real quick. Anybody else?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm about to go into a bit of a narrative cycle. This stuff is happening as it's happening, and will basically leave us with a really good stopping point, I think. 1 second here. Okay, so the plans for the evacuation start taking effect. Benson and Jerry go out to the site. The Mardigan family members, the enforcers, are basically pulling people out of their houses, explaining the situation. And from what you can hear, the current propaganda message that you're hearing, Benson, is Ashnae's gone mad. She plans to destroy the entire city. We've got to get moving. We've got a safe place to go. The Hand of Mudis is here to help you. And you're kind of like, oh, you've just been turned into a figurehead for this resistance.
Better you than me.
They start maneuvering you, or rather them, to you. And as you kind of use the scroll to bring out the teleportation circle, you start sending people along their way. Jerry says, the people who want to go to the countryside, come with me. People who want to go to the city of Benish, come to me. Boom, 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 boom. You send dozens, if not hundreds of people away very quickly. And then you start hearing the whooshing sounds and kind of thudding of catapults hitting into the city from Wraithward. It seems that they are using artillery on the structures nearby. You have no problems avoiding them. It seems like they're going for more of kind of a, like, really kind of terrifying element for some reason. And you can tell that it looks like it's the honor bound who are manning the artillery from this position. Sure enough, though, plan goes off without a hitch, and you are able to get everyone out. And they are not able to even wound or hurt anyone besides property. You hear a report.
Pretty negative picture for their side.
It literally played into the propaganda hand. You then hear that reports from the south side of the city show that the Mardigans have moved people out through the methods that they had planned to, which had not been revealed to you. And it sounds like most people are already on their way out of the city, heading up towards the King's Road. In another hour or two, according to reports, that you're getting in at House Vester, the south side of the city will be completely maneuvered out. From the estates, you can see that people in the northern kind of portions are moving up, not past the north wall, though. Nobody in the noble quarter seems to be doing anything at all. Seems to be quiet up that way. But most people in the town are heading southerly towards whatever escape mechanisms the Mardigans are utilizing. Benson, after you complete your task, about an hour or so has passed. You make your way back to House Vester.
Yes.
Okay. The rest of the day continues to span on well into the afternoon. About midday, you realize that the efforts have engaged perfectly, and you also learn that the Dark Flames have appeared in House Maris. They, not really having a coordination, will be kind of a sailing from House Maris to wherever they're directed to. Who wants to be the individual who tries to help them with directionality through a city they've never been to?
Where's House Ferris?
House Maris is
It's up in the north. I
Yeah,
should
from there.
probably go. They recognize me as a chieftain.
House Maris is 12. It's not that far north.
Is that incorrect?
Like right behind.
Yeah,
And
you're,
Am I a
most of the-
chieftain now?
you're Vester, you're a chieftain. Raya, you are a acting captain.
That's lesser.
It is. I didn't do enough. God damn it. Not enough of them made it back alive.
Well, that and I can fly, and more of them can keep an eye on me as I direct traffic down south
No, yeah, it
towards
checks
the.
out. You are definitely faster. You can be there and back
And
before
I'm
I'm
faster.
there.
So the chieftain goes to aid them through the city?
Yes.
Okay. And in what angle would you like to assail the town? Go ahead and place your token where you feel like you would be moving the forces.
There's. I'm sorry. Where was House Maris again? Was it 7?
12.
12.
12.
behind us.
Oh, okay.
And then, of course, Wraithward.
How many Dark Flames are here?
180.
May I draw a quick line?
It's all they could get through in the minute's time.
Well, with that, you might want to break them up into regiments and make them harder to hit with catapults.
Seems like they're already kind of broken up into small contingents. Dark Flames act in groups of 5.
I'm
And also let them know.
going to
there
draw
are
a quick line,
catapults.
John. I'll delete it here in a second. They're going to follow this street, coming down. I want them to be very visible so that they're scaring people out of the city.
Those that have it,
And
Rawr!
heading into this portion.
yeah. Okay.
They're going straight for the front of.
They're going to walk
Wraithward.
right up to
Sorry,
the
I picked Goldenrod. That is very hard to see.
I can see it fine.
I'm
Nah, blends in pretty well.
If you select it, you can actually change the color.
just going to get rid of it.
That works too.
Shouldn't have segmented it like that either.
Yeah.
That's stupider than hell.
No worries.
Drag and drop
Wait,
to highlight them all.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, or you can hit Control A. I think.
It's
select
gone.
one.
I just wanted to give you an idea what path they were taking.
Got it.
It did not need to stay.
Okay, so the Dark Flames start moving to the north of House Vester, making their way that way. The Mardigans that remain, Raya, you realize are enforcers and kind of operatives who are prepared to defend House Vester. They're not much help. Everyone else has basically migrated out of the city and moved the people out of the city in the span of the day. Like I said, it's about mid-afternoon. Brock, Raya, and Rooklyn, I believe, are still at House Vester. Do you want to move with the Dark Flames? And Benson's also arriving back. Sorry. Do the 4 of you want to move with with Dark Flames, or do you want to go a different route?
Don't see any reason not to move with them.
Okay. And when you make it down to the base, you do see that they have prepared artillery weaponry. Looks like whoever is running the group, which you presume is Gondar, it looks like he has, or they have prepared to basically create a firing line. Ballistas, the catapults. It looks like they're using a Tavian weaponry. A Tavian ballista, instead of firing a single shot, fires multiple Atavian bolts, like crossbow bolts, but it fires it in a massive spread It's pneumatically powered, etc., etc. It's really cool. But that's the weaponry that you're looking at the top of the wall. Some of it looks familiar. Some of it looks like it was ripped right off of the top of fort that you guys.
Phalanx.
Yeah.
Man,
I think
this
at least
is
a couple of
this
us
is
should,
so full circle.
we should kind of peel off from the Dark Flames and let them take the brunt of it.
Or Grok, do you have anything you want to add to the equation?
Not really. I mean, he's really concerned mostly about the reading the scroll, so getting into the right position, being protected while that happens.
Well, if I understand correctly, the position that you have taken, kind of safely here, nested in these towns, is somewhere around 250, 300 feet away from Wraithward proper. If they wanted to start bombarding you with fire, with catapult fire, they could. They haven't yet. Looks like they're waiting to kind of like see the whites of their eyes kind of mentality. Like as you're trying to go up the switchback up the hill to Wraithward, I just fucking love that word. They would shoot you at that point. Or shoot your group at that point. Is there
When
any?
do we want to involve the big players?
Oh, you mean is this the time to pop the scroll?
I'm
This
asking if
might
you
be
want
the time.
to do it now or if you want to hold it.
So we had to do it inside, like under the
You
castle.
don't
No,
have to do it inside.
Can they get inside at all? by
If you
any
use
means?
if you use it inside the castle, they can be summoned to it. But you could also just summon them here.
Can they get inside the castle?
Based on
From
what you
here?
based on what you understand. Yeah, they totally
The only thing
could.
they can't get into is now Nefandus' room.
The under
That's
the
going to be
under.
our
Okay,
fight alone.
I guess I misunderstood because I thought we had to be
I thought so
in
too. I might
Wraithward
have.
proper for okay.
I
Yeah,
might
I thought
have
we wanted to make sure we
perpetuated
saw Nalnefondus and summon them in front of him.
You can't summon
No,
them.
I don't
deal
think
with
that's
that
going to
first.
happen. Yeah.
His room denies all of that. You can
Ah.
only
So
walk
he-
in
that.
through
No,
a certain
he's-
Nefandus
area.
is our problem.
I thought that was
Right.
the only way to get them in there was to be in there
No.
with them.
Gloomholm, called that because of copyright infringement, is a
Right.
space that cannot be teleported to, cannot be summoned to, and the dragons can't exist there. That's something I didn't put in that spot. They cannot go in there. Because if they go in there,
Okay.
he just takes control of them. And then he has bodies. And
Well, I mean,
Okay,
if
that
that's,
does make some sense. Okay.
so then the purpose of their coming is really just to pave the way for us to get in there
the purpose of
unmolested.
their coming is up to you. However
Okay, well,
you
I mean-
want us to utilize them.
Right. We want them to destroy the forces that are protecting it and to allow us passage in.
That is certainly something that can happen. Do you want to use
With
the
the
scroll here?
With the
or no?
arcana of the three of them, they might actually be able to level the building.
Hmm.
Do you want to utilize the scroll here or no?
Group, you good with that?
You're called
Works for
one.
me.
Yeah. that's fine.
Yeah. I mean, if we think we're going to be attacked on our way in, that's a problem.
Okay.
And ballistas would do a lot of damage, obviously.
Are you invoking the words on the scroll?
Let's before you do that, let's spread out the orcs and really draw the.
They're
attention.
approaching from behind now. So they're probably aiming ballistas and just waiting for the orcs to show up.
The second they
But
get
yeah,
on
we
the
can-
road up, they're going to be shot at. Yeah.
Yeah, we can spread them out a little bit so they're seen wider, so everything's pointing in a different direction.
Gotcha.
They're less likely to look up when the dragons spawn here. So I assume they're spawning above us. and
Well,
attacking
Captain,
from above.
get on the ground and lead some platoons. I'll sort of call out that from above as the
Hell yeah!
commander in chief.
So the group amount that you have here is a war force, 180. Groups of 5 for Dark Flames are called Cinders, and they typically, are like they act on their own. They have their own leader, a sergeant that kind of deals with that. But a war force acts under one individual, one captain, who you've never met before. The one that's currently running this force.
All right,
His-
we got Raya.
his command Cinder welcomes your statements as you kind of ask them to fan out. He states, well, we don't have to take the road. It is the easiest method, but if we surround it, we could assail the moat.
Do you think you can cross
we'll
that water?
We'll let them know that the dragons are incoming.
You see him kind of pull out what appears to be like a strange looking kind of device. And he smiles and says, a few of us have this as a method of creating a bridge across the water.
Wasn't there something about the moat around it that was magical?
Yeah, there was, but it's if you fall into it.
Got it. Good job. I'm a little out of practice with military
But
execution.
we're going to let
so
them know. We want them to draw the attention. Let the
Okay.
dragons come in.
be visible.
And they can, when they are ready, they can pick up whatever scraps they want.
And the captain says, Orbicus will be coming.
Yes.
The Dark Flame herself.
This will be a great day. And then Orcu just starts like yelling to everybody, explaining the situation, and like they seem
Hoorah, motherfuckers.
to kind of be like emboldened by this. All right,
I,
Grok.
nice.
I want to lose Rooklyn in the kerfuffle. I want him to.
Where'd he go?
He's gone feral. He's gone back.
He's like,
Wah!
I am a part of the wall, you guys. Your
He just
armor's
really
too
gets
shiny.
into it. He's cheering. Just, what the fuck's a phoenix?
Grok, last call. You are utilizing the scroll, correct?
I am utilizing the scroll.
As he speaks the ancient words in Tortle, speaks the words before him, holding the scroll, wind kind of blows around, kind of mustering up, bits and baubles that are about Grok. The scroll's words kind of linger in the air for a moment and kind of goldish coloration, and then disappear, and a loud booming sound, similar to what you recall back at the Mountain's Toe, occurs directly above Grok. You see, just taking shape, a massive black shadow of dragon flying out, and then directly behind the black dragon are two other dragons, one red and one blue. The look of the people on the walls, even from this vantage point of like 300 or something feet away, is immediately recognizable as panic. You watch as acid fires from the dragon's mouth in a much larger gout than you've ever seen of dragon breath. And the red dragon and the blue dragon as well, loosing fire and lightning down on the walls. You watch as they very quickly reduce this to the armaments, the siege weaponry, to nothing. The forces start moving up, utilizing their strange devices, which appear to like create a bridge that appears over. And once they get across their cinders, they pull up the bridge, make it turn back into a weird cube, then set it down next to the walls, creating a ladder that goes up, and start trying to make their ways up that. You folks start moving up as well with the force as it goes up, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be accompanying my group.
I don't lead from the
and
back.
Through the mind link, drink your potion now.
Very little is being done to kind of
Right.
resist you. It doesn't seem like much effort is being done. What you see is that the black dragon flies towards one of the high towers near the front gate, slams into it, breathes into it heavily, then reaches inside, breaking the walls and the stone around it, but not the whole structure. Like her force hitting that tower, you would presume would have knocked it over, but it does not. It seems like it's stronger than just normal stone, but not the area around the window. As she does that, you see her pull out someone. The individual appears to have white hair, kind of like an albino kind of skin, or more alabaster skin, and he's trying to stab at the hand with daggers as his flesh is melting around his body. You watch as the dragon quickly tears this individual into shreds with her teeth, and then just
Dragon was this?
Orbicus, then just casually discards the body to the side, looking inside of the command tower. That about that point, you've made your way up to the gates. The gates have been thrown open from the other side by the Dark Flame Works, and you're literally walking into a place where a lot of combat has happened that you have not been involved in at all. And it's literally just a walk directly into the main chamber. As you look at it, though, it appears different, Benson. She shifted her craft for certain. And the other thing you notice, too, is it's pitch black in there, despite it being bright afternoon daylight here. Benson, as you look at it, you understand what's happened here. She shifted the demesne of Gloomholm to include her circle. The dragons moving about kind of land near you and seem to come to the same realization, Orbicus specifically comes to the same realization. The forces stand nearby, And Orbicus looks down to you, Brock. Good. You've made a choice, and we have taken this place. But it looks that you will be the only ones allowed entrance into this space. You have supped upon the flesh.
We have.
Take no one
Literally
forward with
wiping it off my mouth right now.
take no one forward with you who has not, or they will become controlled by the Shadow Dragon.
Red.
And at that point, we'll end the session. We'll pick up.
Called Berserkers.
We'll pick up next session, as we engage with the first stage of Wraithward. Thanks for watching this. I did. Stop the stream.